necrophilia too.
You're doing jokes about necrophilia?
Yeah,
Oh, this meeting's, oh,
but
wow.
it's totally
Okay.
different. It's totally different. It's about how I'm not into men younger than me. Everybody wants me to be a cougar, and I like men
Oh,
my age or older. And
hmm.
every year
Yeah.
it gets harder, and I'm not into necrophilia
Oh
yet.
my.
Not yet. That might happen.
Hey, well, I have a cougar joke.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, yeah. So, well, I'm working on it's like part of the set that I just did, but I didn't add it. And I was talking about, I try to look younger, and my boyfriend surprised me on my birthday with a facial, um, and a pearl necklace. But anyways, he said it was a spa day, and I was looking around. I'm like, this is the living room, but okay. Anyways, that wasn't
I like
leading up to
that.
it, Linda. Thank you. And
So
so
I
I also,
go ahead.
so I know there was a point. So I do another joke before that. And then the last joke, I'll just do the next joke. So I try to, oh, the cougar. I'll get to that in 1 second. All
Okay.
right. All right, girl. So, so I try to look younger for him. Gave me facials. It's nice. And then I put herbal tea bags on my eyes, right? To try to help reduce wrinkles.
Yes.
Yeah. And my boyfriend, he volunteered. He's like, this is free. It's okay. I got you. And he teabagged me for an entire week, Linda. We're gonna take a pause so you can look that up. You're gonna look it up. We're gonna look up teabagging right now, and we're gonna read it. And we're gonna read what that is because I can't do this joke without you knowing what that is.
I
Can we
know
do
what
that?
I know what
Oh,
teabagging
it just
is.
wasn't funny. Well, damn it, Linda.
That
Okay.
isn't that what
I'm
we
gonna
did
keep
when
going.
we isn't that what we did when we broke free from England?
No. When you broke free from England, are you
We threw
fucking
all
with
the
me
tea
right
in the
now?
harbor.
Are you saying you throw the tea? Are you messing with me?
Yeah.
I knew you were.
Okay, back to your tell me your next
Oh,
joke.
so the next one. Okay. Well, I didn't add, but I wanted to add. And I'm like, yeah, so I try to look younger. My freckles always help me out with that. Um, People they're starting to identify as a, cougar age, right? But with my freckles, I look more like a cheetah. No, I didn't compare that because I got to get the wording down. You still laugh. So there we go. So how are things, Linda?
Things
What's
are
your single status? I have a friend who was wondering that question.
I'm single and
I'm ready to mingle.
yeah, I'm single.
Well, hey,
I'm 73 and I'm not
73.
and I'm not
You
really
really,
after
really look
the
gorgeous.
and I've never
I wasn't
had
following all those jokes made by yourself at your age.
this is
I wasn't.
all
You're
natural.
gorgeous.
It's all
That's the way
natural.
to fucking be. Do you slapping yourself?
Yeah, that's how us boomers stay so young.
That's how you stay young. Okay.
Ridiculous. Do you have
Are
any
you,
more?
are you are you a boomer?
Yeah,
You are a boomer. So what does that mean? What
it
does boomer
means
mean?
that
Explain that to me.
it means that people will, if you go to McDonald's, I will get ignored, and a 5-year-old will get an extra spoon before they want to look at me. It's like I'm getting invisible. My skin's invisible. I'm invisible. I can't handle
You're
it.
like vanilla ice. Turn out the lights and I glow. Like an angel, like an angel. You're
Yeah,
awesome. You're beautiful. Thanks for us talking again. You're
yeah.
very angelic and you interview, tell me your genre, like, or all the people that you interview, basically all the different kinds of people, like
Oh,
different professions, that kind of thing. Would you let me know about that? Because I think you're an angel because you help, like you were saying, like promote people.
thank
You
you.
talk to them.
It's
It's amazing. So
it's
it's cool when
like
you reached out to me before. It's just like wonderful.
this is a tough business, and here I have a
It's a
couple
tough business.
I have feelings about this so strong.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
this is my passion to help other people in any way I can, and so and I know you're that way too
Me
with
too.
you're my
No, we have passion to help anybody in any way we can. Yes.
yeah, and
Yeah,
I
very
love to
much so.
hear what got people into comedy any traumas or any things that they have overcome, any
Right.
tips they have for new comics coming up. I've interviewed
That's great.
celebrities and brand new comics and everything in between, and a few schmucks.
You always gotta add a few smugs because they're just gonna come in whether you ask them to or not.
And
Include me.
unlike a lady of the night, my lips are sealed.
The lady of the night, your lips are sealed. I think
Yeah.
it'd be unsealed, sweetheart.
No,
Unsealed.
I said unlike.
Oh, oh,
I
there
lost.
we go. Famous prostitute jokes. Check this out. Okay, I got several prostitute jokes, and this one is in the making. So the other ones are a little bit more polished. So let me see if I can get the wording, Linda, because it's gonna go from my brain to my mouth right now, and I'm gonna translate what that is right now. So I finally got the courage to ask a woman out on a date, and I didn't know what to say, so I said, "Are you free tonight?" And then I was like, she didn't, yeah, I don't know. Short, long story short, prostitute are, dang it. See, I told you I'm lost in it. Are you free tonight? It's the wrong thing to ask a prostitute. Oh, yeah. Prostitutes are never free. See, we just wrote a joke together. Prostitutes are never free.
Prostitutes
Yes.
are never
I think that's the, are you free tonight? No, she's not. Not free tonight, honey. Okay. That one is the, what we did right now is we broke down the structure of premise because I am more of a joke writer and I was able to like do that. And you saw that all in the works, and then I got the wording right. So there's a process there, you know. I have jokes that I'm coming back to that I years ago, and they pop into my head because like I said, I'm a joke writer. I believe there's no original thought or theory, but an original interpretation of such.
Absolutely. Oh, you're a philosopher.
That's what makes an artist.
Yeah.
I am actually.
You're like a smart Vanna White.
I'm a smart Vanna White. Aw. Okay. I don't got anything on that one. I'll just take it. Except for, would you like to take a vowel?
Yeah, I would. I'd like to take a vowel and a pronoun. We should start like a game show. Guess our pronouns.
You're like F and Q. That would be awesome. Okay, so
I want to read. Let me read your intro because somebody might be going, "Who?"
Well,
okay,
you can read that, but you know,
no.
I don't know if I proofread it, but hopefully it makes sense. So go for it. Sure.
I'll just say what's here because I think it's wonderful.
Okay.
Thank you for sending.
Thanks.
I have been doing. She says, this is Elizabeth Church that I'm having so much fun with, and we're going to get to know her a little bit here. We already got to laugh with her, but she says she's been doing stand-up comedy for 11 years, on and off, juggling parenting as well as, I skipped a line, juggling parenting and her passion for stand-up, as well as producing comedy shows, giving upcoming comedians an opportunity for a spot to be on their very first shows. And she's going to be starting her first open mic as well. And she's excited with a passion and ability to make others laugh on stage at the same time. She cares about the passion to make people laugh and to give opportunities to new comedians. You guys, Elizabeth Church. Yay! Hi. Now, tell people where you live.
Well, if I play my cards right, hopefully your vagina. I mean, what? Oh my goodness. I'm supposed to keep my indoor voice up here. I mean, I don't have the equipment for that, but you know, I'm post-op technically, you know. The surgery didn't really take, but that's okay, Linda, because they're gonna fix it. It's like a nub. They said they're gonna fix it in Tijuana. But they said something about a donkey show, and so I know that that's like a county fair, and I'm gonna get the blue ribbon. Oh no. I tried that one out. Okay. Okay, so you know, transgenders, like, you know, well, I'll try not to be offensive or anything. Like, and to quite be honest, Linda, I actually sometimes fantasize about being a hermaphrodite, like having like a penis and a vagina. Okay, because it would be great, right? Yeah, gotta look at the bright side. Like, if somebody told me to go fuck myself, Linda, I would just be like, zip. And that would be the best end to an argument, just like just right in the eye. I don't have value. Do you feel the same way?
Do I feel the same way about what?
Yeah. Do you?
A lot of things.
A lot of things. Oh my gosh, I miss how much fun we have. That's so.
I love telling,
so great.
I love thinking, go fuck yourself to other people. I miss wearing the masks because I could cuss people out quietly and they didn't even, they couldn't read your lips.
That's nice. Mine was always like the masks were good when I had a booger. I just let that shit ride. Just grow the hair out. You know what I mean? Never have to use mouthwash. You're
so funny. So you live in what state of the country? I have to be careful with you.
I'm near the Bahamas. We'll just go with that.
Okay. And whereabouts did you grow up and what was your childhood like? The highs and lows?
No, you're not. Ask me about my childhood.
I find it interesting. It makes people want to support you when they get to know you.
Oh, okay. Can I ask you? Let me go with you first. Go ahead, okay, and sure. Then I'll see like where you're at with that kind of information. All right, I'm listening.
Okay,
you're on, Linda.
Okay, so I grew up in Portland, Oregon, and it was a crazy childhood. Crazy. We were. I was the only Jewish family. Our family was the only Jewish family in Wapsie kind of place, white Anglo-Saxon product, and oh my gosh, people did not like the one Jew family on the street. My dad, every Christmas, I've never said this on stage. This isn't my
right. Yeah, the ones I've said, I have not said on stage. I'll have the Tijuana. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. My dad, every year he would try to gross out the neighbors more and more than the year before and piss them off. Like he would take a Christmas tree and turn it upside down and put it in the front window.
I don't really know about the Jewish religion, sweetie, or like
you don't
really.
You don't need.
I'm really like kind of just a hippie girl, drum circles and magic mushrooms and.
Yeah.
Just, I really have no comment about the whole thing. I know Nazis are evil and they are mean to Jewish people.
It's not,
you know what I mean? And if anybody has bad, it's not religious. I'm just saying, I don't know about the Jewish religion. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't know,
but I'm saying you don't need to know anything about it. You're better off not knowing anything about it.
Yeah.
Good for
you.
Sending
you love. I feel because I had similar experience too. My parents are Mormon, and we went to Minnesota and Silver Bay, that's what it's called. And I was a swimmer on the swim team, but people were not friendly, and I don't know exactly. My mom didn't disclose exactly what happened, but I mean, you could tell the energies of people and stuff because they're Lutheran. But anytime you're just combating another person about the religion, that makes the person doing that just no concept of love, really, in my opinion. Can I say my favorite quote?
Yeah.
I say it a little bit different. We're going to philosophical here. Okay. Knowledge is the only good and ignorance is the only evil. And I add on top of that, my definition, I don't like to label, but my definition of stupidity is when you choose ignorance over knowledge.
Wow. Did you come up with that?
I did not. It's a quote, but I do say it different. I said it different and then I looked it up and it's worded different than I said, but the last part I added.
Oh, wow. I love
stupidity. Thank you. Awesome. I actually have like 4 or 5 minutes of philosophy.
Wow.
That's been little pieces of thoughts and feelings. I believe kind of almost channeled from the universe, you know, throughout my life. And I kind of compiled it all together. So we'll just keep on talking, and who knows if we'll get to that, but I would like to share it possibly if you're interested.
Yes,
So we'll get
absolutely.
to that.
So you started doing comedy about 11 years
11
ago.
years, exactly 11 years ago. I sent you my first poster today that was popped up on my memories from
I
Facebook. Yeah.
shared it too.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. How did it go
Right
your
on.
first time on stage?
Yeah. I have to, excuse me. Hello. Um, okay, so the very first time on stage, you want to know?
Yeah.
It was an open mic. So that's the first show. That's a year later, right? And that went well. It went good. It really did. I felt, but I told you I fell in love with it with that show, but I really fell in love with it the second time I did an open mic. So what happened is I prepared 10 minutes, and my buddy was a character actor Star Trek The Experience, where I worked for Paramount Parks, and he would do like comedy with his stuff. And then I saw on YouTube and that he was basically being somebody who makes fun of the human race, like an alien, like similar, because I had shut down. So he wasn't doing Star Trek anymore, that role. And it's really amazing. And oh my goodness, it's alien. I wish I had it in front of me right now because it's absolutely amazing. And that inspired me so much. And he just, like, I have that same kind of like to entertain. And as a waitress, that's how I started telling jokes and stuff as a cocktail waitress. And I also worked in the casinos. So we got into contact with each other years ago, you know, say hi. And he just kept encouraging me to do it. Right. So I didn't know the time. I did not know how much time that we have. It was like the very first open mic at Wise Guys, and that is blown up and then gone to the it's flowed into the dry comedy bar. Oh, look at you with no glasses. Beautiful.
Did you say you have a dry bar special?
I do not. No, I was
Oh.
saying that the I would definitely not a dry bar girl because my no. But it would be amazing. The people I actually started with, they are on the dry bar. Some very good friends of mine. So back to my first time. Okay. So that was before this kind of blown up because it's the same area. That's why I mentioned the dry bar. And a lot of people from Wise Guys started. I can't think of the word right now, Linda, but they kind of started levitating towards what they now have as the dry comedy bar. And the reason why I wouldn't, I know it's not because it's dry, because not drinking is just fine, but that's what that means. But is that you have to keep PG-13, and I do not do that. I could possibly, but definitely not a dry bar special. And like I said, I'm getting back into comedy again, so I would, but something like that would be magnificent. And then once again, going back to your question, I have cotton mouth, excuse me. So the first time I did it, it was just like 4 or 5 guys. You know, it's a man's world, you know, and these guys are like upcoming, you know, wanting, you know, I mean, that's their thing. And it was kind of a, we'll just say, like, compared to the rest of the world, almost like a rural kind of place, like not as woke, I should say, as far as women liberation is concerned and that kind of thing. I remember being the only female doing that for a long time. And the first time I started, basically, I brought 3 people with me, my friends, and there was just these guys. And you know, the energy, like they've never. I'm a female, and it's just like a thing. I'm not saying all males are like that, but kind of. I just kind of had the looks, you know, like what's going on. And I got up there before I went up, just kind of like, okay, you're a girl. Are you going to be funny? You think you're going to be funny kind of feeling? I mean, I don't know in the side of their minds, but that's the vibe I was picking up. And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But it was where I was at, where it was just a lot more of that than other places. Where I'm at now is you don't have to fight just to be female and be funny. You know, you don't have to like fight to prove yourself all the time. You can just, I'm at the point where I can enjoy it now. And the first time that I did an open mic, the host told me to get the fuck off the stage.
What? Holy,
You want to know my first story?
yes.
Okay, so what happened? And this man, oh my goodness, it's so long ago, but uh, to fast forward, and I'll get back to it, is like, I remember telling him, I'm like, you told me to get the fuck off the stage. And he's like, no, I didn't. I was like, yeah, you did. He goes, oh, but I actually interviewed him and published it. And he was doing a lot of work, and he's a great comedian, awesome. It's just basically, I prepared 10 minutes and you get like a short amount of time. After this happened, they started developing the open mics and got bigger and bigger. They would say, is anybody new? Is anybody doing this for the first time? Because they have no idea how much time you have. So I just wrote and wrote, and I had 10 minutes. And yeah, so I got up there, and there's a light. Excuse me, I'm gonna put some in my ear. You know, they give you a light, right? Yeah. To shine the light for your time. But the lights, and even still to this day on the bigger stages, they're completely like blinding you.
Exactly.
Have you ever been on that?
Yep.
On a stage where you can't see them?
Yeah, I've done comedy 10.5 years. So
10 and a half years. Wow.
Yeah, we're twins.
Right, we are twins. Fuck yeah. You look so beautiful. There's no way you're your age, and it's natural.
Oh, I look
natural?
horrible. I look
horrible. Stop that.
I'm old.
I felt like I just looked in. I just feel like I looked in the mirror. Okay, so and I look beautiful, just like you.
I look good way back here.
You're always fabulous. I love your attitude. I love your energy.
Thank you.
So what happened is his name is Key Lewis, Key Lewis. And he was on TBS doing, I don't know, he's a good fella. And I did interview him. So what happened is I prepared 10 minutes, and they give me a light, but you can't see anything. Like, you don't know. They also don't tell you that can't see the audience, and you're just blind. Some of the stages, I was there like that the whole time. And you have to really get used to that, because you're always, you're thinking about your set, you're thinking about everything, and you can sometimes see a couple people in front of you, but it's very different, especially when you go to other stages and you can see people. It's like you got to get used to everything. You got to be flexible. So anyway, he told me I kept going over my time, apparently, 10 minutes, and he was giving me the light, and I have no idea what's going on. And I guess they give me the light again, and I just kept going because it looked like the lights. I don't know. I didn't even know until later, because I remember seeing like a little, but there's no way that I would know that. And I did ask my friend how much time we have, but he wasn't in the same state as me and the same club. And the kind of like being a girl, I wasn't like, hey guys, how much time do we have? It wasn't that kind of energy for me to even ask. So I didn't know. So I just winged it. So he gave me the light, I guess. But then he was like, you get the fuck off the stage. And I was like so humiliated. Like, that was probably the most crazy as far as humiliation goes. And that's saying a lot. But I worked so hard on this, and I thought I was doing a good job. And then that happened. So I have friends sitting there. I have like 3 friends with me, and I go and I sit down, and just, like I wanted to run out, I just like, it was to sit there and feel that and let that resonate for like an entire 1 minute, maybe a whole minute. Because he looked at me and he goes, oh, is this your first time? And I was like, yeah. He goes, I just something along the lines of, I thought you were being a dick, or, going over your time on purpose and not listening to me and just doing it. But he thought I was a comedian. So he thought it was just like an actual, and for me, just trying to open mic and have somebody tell me that they thought I was a comedian, it's amazing how things can turn around. What if I would have just taken off and I have friends there? You know what I mean? And I didn't get right. And I just gave up and thought, so many things. And he was like, you guys, he was like, you did a great job. And he's like, all your friends can come in. And that was the very first open mic. That one was on a Tuesday. So it was like a little tester to see if this actually can happen. And then that following week or week or two, they did it on Wednesdays. And it was massive, like how many people were there. And it was so amazing. And I don't remember my material or anything, but I took that part of that 10 minutes and I killed, baby. I destroyed the room.
That's fabulous. Oh my gosh, that's a great
Yeah. I
lesson
fell
for.
in love. That's when I fell in love. Yeah. That's when I fell in love right there. Yeah. My first time. So it's my second time. But yeah, it's a lesson. I'm listening.
I think it's really important when we get some kind of perceived negative feedback,
Yeah.
we open up a window of opportunity for them to explain where they're coming from.
Yeah. Absolutely. I've been watching some videos on that. And pausing is so important. I just really just got my timing down, like the pausing with my time done. And really, I think for the first time, I'm getting more and more interactive with the audience because the thing about it is I'm a joke writer. And I watch a Joe Rogan interview Kevin James. And there's a part where they talk about people that write jokes, and it's called a non sequitur. Although some of my jokes are together in the same kind of category, the same kind of theme, but I follow into that where they were saying how extremely difficult it is to write a joke because you say to anyone just like write down a joke, do a joke. You know what I mean? That's how I was too. That's how I know that feeling because I didn't know I could do that. And then I wrote my very first joke. And would you like to hear it?
Yes, please.
Okay. All right, girl. Okay. Have I told you this one before? It's been so long. It wouldn't matter if you heard it, right?
I don't think so. I don't think so at
All
all.
right. All right, sweetie. This is my first joke I wrote. And when I did the joke, because I'm turning my jokes into stories, which I'm
Me too.
so proud of myself. Yeah, you're a joke writer like me, Linda, though. You
Yes,
are,
we're
right?
doing this. We have the
Oh,
parallel. We have
I
parallel.
remember
Me too.
parallel, wow. Wow. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So you know how that is. So I led it up into a story and I'm so proud of myself and just talking about that I was raising my boys for a long time. And I'm just gonna do a little bit of my set. How's that?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm almost ready. I didn't know I was gonna start going to the whole thing. So here we go. So and I'm not gonna say it verbatim how it was because I was like, in that zone. I'm still in the zone, but not rehearsed to the point where I may not say it verbatim. So just remember that.
Okay.
So basically the basic idea, I was just talking about how being a mom, I didn't date anyone for a very long time, like a decade, 2 decades. And I got into back in the game like 2 years ago or so. And it was so wild, like you can like shop for people now. It was very interesting. And it's all hookup, like, you know, people, it's like hookup sites. And I had to learn that the hard way, Linda, the very hard way. Okay. Crickets. Where's my crickets? So anyway, that's not the joke. So anyway, um, I just added that just for you, just so you know. I totally did too. So I got some advice and like, hey, guys now, they like sexting, just real sexual contact. I had to look it up and I said, hold on, wait up, back it up, beep, beep, beep. I'm gonna start with the basics. I'm gonna go with the classics. Like class. I'm gonna try phone sex, instead before I get to the sexting, right? And I tried phone sex for the first time, and it was really awkward and uncomfortable, Linda. Mostly just painful though. My phone is huge. Love your laugh so much. But Linda, I'm just glad I was on vibrate, right? I kept calling myself from my landline, like, what's up, Elizabeth? I love her laugh. Oh, I missed that laugh. Okay. And so I'm gonna keep going for a minute. So I tried a lot of things. It was really rough for me, a rough start. And I heard about double dating. I dated this guy a couple times and I thought I'd give it a try, spice it up, whatever, and everything was going good. It was nice and smooth, right? And then my other date showed up, Linda. And then they looked at each other. They got angry and left at the same time. Maybe they knew each other. Was that a forced laugh? But I was like, but I'm like, I'm onto something, right? So it's like you got to double the days, right? So I was like, 2 days, 4 days, and I threw an extra one in there. So I was dating 5 guys at the same time, Linda.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I am not a slut. I'm just popular. At least that's what my gynecologist called me. Miss Popularity. I threw that one in there too. So I did. I was dating 5 guys at the same time. And I couldn't do it. I know how polygamists do it or the polyamorous. They both start with please. I just don't get that. Um, so I broke up with all 5 guys at the same time. And that was brutal and exhausting. I will never date a schizophrenic again.
That's great.
That's I learned to pause. Thank you.
I love it.
And then after that, I started kind of talking. Oh, that's when did we already talk about the teabag joke? We did. So that joke I have in there intermixed with that. So and yeah, just more one-liners. Oh, let me do some prostitute jokes, and I'm gonna have to remember them because we were talking about prostitutes earlier. But I want you to shoot me with your first one. Go ahead. Tell me your favorite prostitute joke that you wrote.
My very first prostitute joke.
Not your very first, girl. Like, I feel like you have prostitute jokes. And you said a prostitute. You said like a hooker joke when we first started.
Yeah.
What was that? I remember.
I like to go on stage and say, here's a serious question, you guys. Who out here identifies as a slut? Anybody? And the place goes wild, and people love to self-identify as a slut. And I go, well,
they identified as a slut.
yeah,
So
they
you
love
said,
to
who in here's a slut?
Yeah, they go
Wow.
crazy, and I go, well, I don't slut shame, and there's a really good reason, Elizabeth, why I don't slut shame.
Tell me why.
Huh?
Tell me why, Linda. Why don't you slut shame?
I don't slut shame because if I did, I would be a huge hypocrite. I wouldn't be a slut, I'd be a hypocrite. Because back after my divorce in 1900 and none of your business, I was a huge slut. You know how many men I had in 6 months, Elizabeth?
How many men did you have in 6 months?
Me neither. I lost track.
Oh, that's awesome. That's good. Good
It
for
goes
you.
on. It goes on and on and on.
Well, probably they didn't all ejaculate inside of you, right? Probably, right? But I learned something interesting. Just a fun fact. It's trippy. I love you so much.
I love you.
So this is just a fact kind of thing that I learned, and I feel like throwing it in there because it was interesting to me. If a man comes inside of you, it actually changes the genetic code in your brain. They explain it so much better. So kind of the people, you know what I mean? Like their energy and your energy, it's like you're gonna have some kind of residual effect of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Where I don't know exactly, but I would think that it's maybe even affect your behavior. I'm not sure, but there's something there, chromosome wise, or that kind of thing. Where just a little fun fact.
I believe it.
Do you have a fun sex fact for me that most people aren't aware of? I know you got one.
Fun fact. I never get into any kind of trouble at all. I'm an angel until I leave my house. Then all bets are off. I cause trouble everywhere I go. It's a fun fact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's a fun fact. You cause trouble where you go.
I do.
That's awesome.
I went to the barber shop. I'm banned from every Vegas barber shop because I just walked. All I did, Elizabeth, is I walked in and I said, "Do you guys do women?" They got pissed. I just wanted to know if I could get it. I went to a nail salon.
You do women? That's a pretty straightforward question.
They thought I was thinking they were gay. I went to a nail salon And all I did was ask, do you do pedophiles? And I want
Do you do
pedophile.
petty file?
Give me pedophile. I want pedophile. How much
That's
pedophile?
wonderful. Oh my gosh, I have a joke. Oh, that's so good. And when you're talking about the dating, what you're banned from. Okay, so I was actually banned from Tinder. That's why that's that next part of my joke that I'm talking about. It's a true story. When I said that, like everybody was laughing and rolling. Like I just look. Apparently, I look like somebody who's banned from Tinder. Everybody's like 100%. It's like that's not the joke, you guys. But okay. So I was banned from Tinder, and excuse me. I think it's because I don't know how to flirt, Linda. I think somebody must have reported me. Excuse me. So this guy was like, again, he was texting me or sexting me, I guess, right? Maybe that's why I didn't know what was going on. But like he texted me. He's like, "What are you wearing?" And I'm like, "Sweatpants." And he's like, "What's under the sweatpants?" And I'm like, psoriasis. I think between a comic mind and just their, I don't know. There was a couple times, and I guess you're not supposed to do this either, where I got their profile picture because what they were saying, and I wish I had it one in front of me, but I'm not allowed to do that apparently. And they would just say like their introduction, but it was so ridiculous, you know. Because like I said, you don't know that they're all like hookup sites. Like
I took a joke and made it into a story about dating. Can I tell you?
yes, please.
Okay.
You
So,
took a joke and turned it into a story. I cannot believe you just said that. Can you make it so you can hear her? She is
most
so amazing.
most
Oh,
people want to
you
turn
just
their
said
hearing
joke turned
aid.
into a story.
So I
Wow.
used to
Okay,
have
go
a
ahead.
okay. So I used to have a triplet joke about the three reasons that three guys that want to date me. It was like they want to bam, 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 like three things. So here's the story version. I am having a lot of trouble in my dating life. Every guy, I have to be on every app because every guy wants to date me. I went to the bar, Elizabeth, and these three guys cornered me. Three guys. It was really the first guy, they all said at the same time, I want to date you. I want to date you. I was like, slow it down one at a time. The first guy said, I want to date you. I want to date you. Oh, let me go first. Yeah, I want to date you. Civil War era. That's not the date I'm looking for, but we could reenact
Civil War area.
something. We could reenact something, but it's not going to be civil. The next
Not be
guy says, No,
civil.
no, no. I got it. I got it. I want to date you. You're from when the earth cooled. I'm like, I'm too hot. The earth was never cooled. And the third
That's
guy,
awesome.
he really got my heart. He started out, he goes, Before I tell you why I want to date you, I want to first tell you thank you for serving. I was like, Oh, he noticed I was in the army in 1973. Thank you. And he said, No, no,
Awesome.
no. I want to thank you for serving at the first supper.
Oh, all right. So you know what? I heard one like that. It's not mine, and I'll tell you if it's not mine. It was something like you're supposed to look at somebody, not you, gorgeous, but it was a dude anyway. Somebody said this to him, and they said, "Did it make you sad?" He's like, "What?" He's like, "Did it make you sad when the dinosaurs died?" Can you tell me your yeah, baby. Can you tell me your first can you tell me your first joke? Because I had something that but I wanted to listen to everything
Which
before,
first?
Oh, what's the first joke that you said? Oh, it's okay if you don't remember because I had something to say about that.
Oh, I don't
Not
even
your
remember.
joke, but I had a joke that was similar. Oh yeah, me either. That's okay. That's the quality is you turn jokes into stories because I just am starting first time learning how to do that. Isn't that amazing when you can connect
Yes.
your stories and then you can follow it like somebody who is a storyteller, but to be able to do that in jokes, that's magnificent. I wish you could ask, hey, John, will you tell her how will you say something along the lines, because she said she turns jokes into stories. Can you say something about when I said something like that?
Oh, well, absolutely. Oh, well, you can't hear it or nothing, but
Hey,
yeah, it's
Jan,
pretty wild
come
how you like the
Can you
last
come
thing
here?
you did.
Oh, come on.
No,
You don't have to you don't have to talk into it. Okay. Anyway, he said verbatim, he said, that's just amazing and coincidental, like cosmic, actually, that you would say the same thing that my girlfriend has said. So that's like a thing that I did, Linda, because really we just want guys to say what we wanted to say. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
So fantastic. Yep. So when I was I don't want to say lonely, but when I didn't have any dates and that I didn't want a date, I decided I'm just gonna purchase a parrot. You know what I mean? They can talk. I taught them a few words and a few sayings. But it worked out. It was nice, right? I got to hear what I told them to say during that time. But now, whenever I see birds, I get really turned on. Guess what, Linda? That can go with the song "Lesbian Seagull." I just feel like, yeah, have you heard that song?
No.
Jan, is there any way you can look up "Lesbian Seagull"? Oh, I wonder if I could do it on here while I'm talking. I don't know. It's what is the singer's name? Humbert Humperdinck or something?
Engelbert Humperdinck.
Engelbert Humperdinck. That's fantastic, because after I just would like to listen to it for a tiny minute with you, if that's okay. Until then, I could. You said a pedophilia joke. Guess what? We're playing poker right here, girl, or something like that, because I'll see your pedophilia joke and raise you. You ready? But mine's very long, so I feel like we need to do, and I haven't said this when it go. That's like the last joke of it. I know, but being able to turn something like that into funny, you know what I mean?
Yes.
You know, it's an art, and
It
especially like it's not even. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's not offensive, but it's not offensive. You'll see what I mean. I'll get to that, and let's see if I can remember my thing. So I'm gonna look up lesbian seagull. Lesbian. I had no problem spelling that. Came natural. I just can't believe how great you look.
Thank you.
I mean, I can. You look really fantastic. Lesbian Seagull. And then, oh, how do I spell his name, Linda?
Humperdinck. HUMPERDINK.
You know how to spell that. You're amazing. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna, if you don't mind, we're gonna take like a little. Okay, and so the reason why I looked up this song is because of Beavis and Butthead. Do you remember, like, there's a counselor, like, right?
Yeah.
So he sang this song with a bunch of hippies going like, do, 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 do. And at some point I would like to say, you guys just say hi to this beautiful dog, because I told him he was going to be in the podcast. Oh, Ash, if you want to come here, he'll come over eventually. Come here, buddy.
Oh.
I gotta bring him up. I have to give him a treat before he'll come here. I'm just kidding. No. I don't have one, so we'll have to wait. Yeah, I totally told him that you guys were gonna say hi. And also when I do my shows, my show coming up, thank you so much. When I do my shows coming up, I am going to bring him with me. So he's gonna be a show dog. Ash, meet you, Booey.
Where's the
Can you say
doggy?
hi? I told you you're gonna be in the podcast. Good boy. He's so the cutest, sweetest dog.
What kind
I've
of
got
dog?
a couple smaller dogs. He is a Rottweiler and Lab mix, I believe. Not quite sure, but yes, it is. Okay, cool. He is. He's amazing. It's such a perfect mix.
Wow.
And he looks like big and scary. When me and him go on walks at the boardwalk, it's fantastic. It's very touristy where we're at. A lot of family, a lot of things like that. And I always pray that I can shine my love light to others, and everyone everyone that does that. Oh, I think I need to talk about my philosophies with you. I pray that the people that do not have the love light, that they can be influenced, those that do. And now I'm gonna have to tell you my philosophies now. Thank you. You ready to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. Whoever is meant to hear this, it was meant for them to hear. And I haven't done it in a long time, Linda. And like I said, it's just different things that like things that came to me throughout my life.
Okay.
And then I try to put them all into this. It's about 3-4 minutes.
Okay.
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 All right. Like it's,
Okay.
you know, but they're thoughts that came in my head. So, and I don't like to think about it first because then I may not say it right. Excuse me. Okay, I'm gonna flow 1 second. I'm
Okay.
basically freestyling right now, like I'm a rapper with philosophy. One more. Un momento poquito se por favor, Benita. All right, here we go. I mean, we're doing jokes. Is it okay to do philosophy stuff?
Yes.
It is. All right. Okay, I've told this to many Uber drivers. Like I feel like the people are supposed to, I'm not saying, yeah, I would give this credit to the universe. And also, like I said, and I said it again, I believe there's no original thought or theory, but original interpretation. And that can work not just with comedy or whatever your art is, but it's a way of kind of life. When you reprogram yourself, this is not my philosophy yet. You know what I mean? Like we're all programmed. And the more that you can reprogram your mind, you realize how much you are programmed. And then you can be, you know, aware of that enough to, I hope to think I can actually reprogram my brain so that way I can look more and more at an interpretation and a different point of view or something like that, or just your own unique kind of point of view. So anyway, here we go. Okay. This is from my heart. So, okay, I'm going to talk about enlightenment, and I want to talk about the differentiants. And I just want to say that sounds a little racist before I start. I'm saying like, lighten up, buddy. You know, like, okay, anyway, okay. So, okay, I want to talk about the difference between enlightened and egocentric mind. It's been a long time. Okay, so we're first going to talk about enlightenment, and a person, individual, I feel is enlightened. And I'm sure I don't have all these, but these are some things that I think you should have what would describe an enlightened person, some of it. So I believe the first thing is common sense and then common courtesy. Those two things may seem small to some, but they are huge, right? Common sense, common courtesy. I believe as you become more of an enlightened individual, you have tact and timing. Those two things, if you think about those real hard, because you can get any emotion that you feel without making another person feel defensive. This little side note, I feel like when in communication, you should never say anything negative. Like always stop yourself. You don't have to respond like right away. Thank you. Don't say anything negative, and then don't say anything that's gonna make the other person feel defensive. Okay, and this is a side note of my philosophy. Thank you. And if you know that person very well, don't do things that are going to trigger them, that you know are going to trigger that person, right? Amen. So that's a little side note of that. So I'm going to do it again real quick. And I love that I can share this with you. Okay, what I feel like separates people from my end to end, your muscles. Woo. And let's flex our muscles real quick. Let me see that. Holy God. We are sisters.
But I have
No.
a little bit of flab. I'm trying.
Whatever, dude. What the fuck ever. Yeah. He wants to say hi now. Oh, hi.
Where's baby?
He wants a bone. We can get him one. Yeah, he's a little bit older. He likes people, so here you go, buddy. Oh, sometimes I'm eating a bear claw, but I'll wait. Okay, so it's a couple more minutes when I'm saying. All right, one more time. Okay, so what I feel like separates an enlightened individual and egocentric mind. It's already kind of turn it, but it's spot over a tree. Okay, what separate the differentiants? Okay, between the two, and like I was talking about, and like and I'm going to focus. I promise. My ADHD can do this. I know it. The common sense and common courtesy, tactfulness, and timing. And I just want to say a little bit more about, well, your timing is so important. You know that timing is like kind of everything, right? And like I was saying, you don't have to instantly react. We're just trained to do that. There is a time, especially if you know that person, that I feel like we need to learn. I need to learn to like step back, you know, especially if you're upset. And I'm going on a different thing here, but I learned, I read that there's a chemical reaction in your body when you get angry, right? And you just have, like, it flows through everybody. It happens. And being able to know that it's flowing through your body at the time, and all you got to do is like, you got to step away and wait for it, you know, wait for that reaction, because it's, you know, how you can feel like it just like takes control, you know what I mean? Your emotions. And that's going to lead me to my chakra. Elizabeth chakra is next. Okay. But yeah, if you say something that's going to make the person feel defensive though, then you're going in the opposite. You're retracting from your feelings and what you actually want to tell that person. And then sometimes, you know, going for, I can't think of the word right now. I want to say transference, but it's not, but like, or scapegoating, but it's like, you can tell I've done a lot of therapy, can't you? Okay. I just love talking with you, but I'm going to get back on track, and I'm going to go ahead and just do this again. So common sense, enlightenment, common sense, common courtesy, tact, and timing. And I think the mother of that, the main one, in my opinion, that I feel, and maybe that'll change, and maybe I need to learn more, I can learn more, but I feel it's taking responsibility and accountability for your actions, right? That's so huge. And so I'm going to go to egocentric mind now.
Okay.
An egocentric mind will not only won't take accountability for their actions, but they'll actually blame you. And maybe we've all been guilty of this at some time. We're learning to retrain our brain. Blame the other person for that exact behavior that person's doing. So they're not saying sorry for it. They're literally trying to push it on you. So that's hard to take. So that's one little part of an egocentric mind. And we talk about an egocentric mind, like it's a childlike state of mind, right? So for example, like when my kids are very little, of course, I'm hungry, I'm thirsty. Of course, it's, you know what I mean? It's a different, oh, wow, I just thought of this for the first time. But like some people are in that mentality. That's a little side note. Okay. Oh, that goes with what I'm saying though. So sorry. I think a lot. I used to when I did a lot of mushrooms and acid when I was younger. So I talked about the first point, and then like I said, like a childlike state of mind, and I don't have the words for what else came in my head yet, but I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, you know what I mean? And so that's an egocentric mind as an adult. Actually, that's basically what I'm saying. So they're stagnant, they are stuck. And at one point in time, you know, we don't want to judge that person, but in order to overcome pain, you have to really feel and work through that pain at some point. And if you don't, I feel like whatever state that you're stuck in, and maybe this is like kind of metaphysical or whatever, or a metaphor, excuse me. But maybe it's just a little theory, you know what I mean? I just kind of think of this right now, but they get stuck in that. And maybe it's not exact to that science, but they're literally stuck there because, you know, stagnant. And it's hard to judge somebody because something's, I can't remember this part of it, but especially if it's not their fault or whatever, but we all kind of have that.
Yeah.
And it can stagnate, it can debilitate you. And I'm sorry, I can't remember this little part of it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
and
I do.
So at one point it's a choice. It really is. And my gosh, if I can remember, I don't know. I'll say something else. Love sees the best, but okay, back to that. So, right. So an egocentric mind, you know, hungry, I'm thirsty, that kind of thing. So they're stuck in that. And like I said, I wish I remember it better, but at one point it's a choice of that person. You know what I mean? And everybody has that choice, whether you're going to grow, whether you're going to embrace it. And once you embrace it, just a side note again, if you embrace that, you can help others. And really, I feel you and I know you agree that we're here to serve other people, right? Like we are truly. If you want love, you got to give love, you know? So I'm going to go into actually a metaphor right now, okay, with energy, and I'm almost done. So basically, like religions, for the most part, believe that the Son of God, you know, provide life for everybody, and you know what I mean? As essentially, I mean, as essentially, it's a new word. It's a word now, Linda. As essentially. So religious, they believe that God provide life for everybody. What is the sun called? The sun in the sky. What is it called? It's called the sun. Am I right? Right. What does it do as you look at the sun? And if we're looking at the love light presence of stars and that kind of thing, it's kind of like a way to really kind of explain that, because the black holes like that. And don't want to sound racist. Okay. The black holes. Silly. Okay, so anyway, no, I didn't say hose. Holes. So the sun, the more what it does and how your metabolism works is energy, Linda, is the more energy you use, the more energy you have, like the sun. You know what I mean? It burns to give. It doesn't have to say anybody say, get up, please do that, or you know, sometimes they're gonna say thank you, but out here they actually there's a Sunset Beach where people celebrate when the sun goes down. But regardless, it still does it. It gives and it burns. And I'll say it again, the metabolism, how it works is the energy way is the more energy you use, the more energy you have. And you can see somebody that's like extraordinarily, you know, obese, that kind of thing. And you think, oh, okay, that person has a lot of energy because they don't use it. You know what I mean? Because they're not giving out the energy, but they have less. And this is just a metaphor. This is not to do with anything, you know, but that's the best way I can explain it because of what your eyes might perceive and what logically you perceive. And so I just feel like there's the stars and then there's the black holes right there, you know. And they're gonna suck you, you're gonna suck you dry. Sounds like my morning.
Do you know how badly I needed to hear this information?
No way.
I
just want to, I'm almost done with it too. Thank you for saying that. So in this world, to me, it's one of the biggest challenge ever. It's like walking on a tightrope. And oh, my battery's getting low. That's okay. As far as like the balance, yeah. You should see my dance moves. I'm gonna dance for you at some point. I had a Heineken, half a Heineken. We're ready to party. So the last part is, like I said, I haven't said this in a long time, and little pieces that I just kind of stuck with me, just like comedy, you know, that kind of thing. And so it's really being able to give your energy, shine your light without letting it suck you into the, you know what I'm saying?
Without what?
Sucking you in with a black hole, like taking you, because you'll go right into that black hole. You'll get sucked to where you're nothing, because I believe the people that live on, energy doesn't die. Energy does not die. It's a scientific fact. But I think death to me is the actual lack of energy. Like somebody who can so absent as taking that they literally no longer exist. Thank you for getting me.
Totally.
And so it's oh, so sorry, excuse me. And the very last part of that, I'm trying to remember correctly and kind of improvise at the same time, but it's one of the hardest things, but really important is to be able to give that sunshine and give that light, like the sun in the sky. Oh, that's a new thought. Where it's helping, and it doesn't ask for thank you or anything, but giving that light without letting it take your soul, basically.
Wow.
Could you give me one moment to please go to the bathroom? Is that okay?
Absolutely. And then we'll do a 5 or 10 minute wrap up.
Oh, okay. Sounds good. Sounds good. Thank you for listening to that.
Oh, are you?
I know it wasn't comical, but it was meant for you to hear that.
I want to say this. When you go on stage, have you ever heard of Tommy Savage?
Hold up for a second.
Have you ever heard of the comedian Tommy Savage?
I have not, that I can recall, but I was also, being a mom, I didn't have, you know, I'm just now starting to look at other comedians more and that kind of things. But I can write that down. Hold on. Go ahead. Tommy?
Tommy Savitt, Savitt, Savitt. He does a character called Tommy Llama, where he's giving fake
Okay.
advice. And
Okay.
he's
Dalai Lama and just
I
giving
think-
fake advice. That's fucking great. That's beautiful. That's
I
like a Chinese
think
proverb.
if do you go on stage and talk about this stuff?
Oh, absolutely. But of course not. No, I do comedy. I've never talked about that almost with anybody.
This is
Very few people I've shared that with.
Oh no. You got to do this on stage and throw in your ADHD stuff, and you need another sip of beer.
I would love to, Linda, but the
Oh my
people that
God.
hear it they're special. And I know that because I believe it's channeled, which means it's from the universe, kind of a message. And maybe I'll like let that let it sink into me, because it's like hearing it because it's really the universe talking. And yeah, I can't share that with just anybody. Just so you know, VIP. All right. I'll be right back. Okay.
All right. I love her. She's herself. She's authentically just herself. I'm posting a picture of her. I caught a picture of her. She doesn't know I took. I just posted it on Facebook. Isn't she adorable? Just so real and so raw. I would much rather have somebody come on and talk about how they really feel about life than somebody bragging about everything they've accomplished and how much better they are than everybody else. This is amazing to me. I took a picture last night, in case you guys, I'm going to keep it rolling while she's in the bathroom. Took a picture of a guy in line in front of me because I could see everything. I could see everything. There was nothing really left to the imagination other than the only thing I wondered was what's in your wallet. I know. I had to stand there and look at the backside of his buttocks cheeks for like 10 minutes.
Hey,
Yay.
what was that?
I was talking while you were gone.
Oh, okay. Awesome. I put my headphones down because I was urinating in the urination facility. I didn't want to. I'm glad I wasn't using that as background sound. I don't know. I'm getting used to these, technology. Obviously,
when you were talking about your metaphysical things, I guess I'll call it that for lack of any about the things you understand about. I got a picture of you. You want to see?
You got a picture of me?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, I look slightly special needs, but that kind of.
No, you don't. You don't look Terry. No,
okay.
I've got a picture of me where I look like Terry Schiavo. Do you remember her?
I don't know. Terry Schiavo? I'm sorry.
Yeah. It was somebody
No,
that was on life support and they kept, keeping her alive. Okay, it's an old reference.
Oh, that reminds me of a joke. Oh, yeah. This is how we are, Linda. I got somebody almost like.
You and I are like 30 decades apart, but through comedy and our love for people, we connect like we're sisters.
We do. We are sisters. This is amazing. So I want to touch back to another joke we kind of talked about, and I want to talk about a joke that's related. I got to say that one now. So this is a true story. Actually, I was 16, and I thought I was in love with this guy named Reese Campbell, and that's what I thought. I was so young. So he broke up with me. And he was like, well, I really like somebody who's more mature, like more, experienced. You're so young. And he goes, for example, what do you feel about the euthanasia? And I'm like, I don't know the youth in Asia, but and I don't know why. It's weird because I thought, like, how am I supposed to know, right? Um, all right. So I want to go back to like your opener. You shared your opening with me, and then I had a new opener. I always like to start up and be like, I'm not used to being on a stage without a pole on it. and and sometimes I grab the mic stand and I'm like, except for this bad boy, don't ask me to slide down it. It's not folded down. How does that saying go? For me 4 times, shame on me.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that wasn't. Okay, so my new opener though was I said when I said it, I'm not used to being on stage without pulling it. I was like, I do like this mic thing though. This is great, ladies. It's the only way you can get a man to listen to you. It's all
That's true.
confusing. So that, and I was gonna do another opener. I'm gonna try this out with you. Okay. Let's see if I can get the words. So okay. What were you just talking about? I just got a message up here.
About an opener. The
Oh.
microphone, men listening, pole dancing.
Okay. Oh yes. So it's new, and I'm trying to write this. So let's see how it comes out. So ladies, and I said that was a life hack. I'm like, hey ladies, if you teach a man to listen, speak in a mic for 1 day. But if you can let a man speak in his mic, he'll listen to you for a lifetime. Oh, working on it. We're gonna listen to you
I
for a
love
lifetime.
that.
Yeah.
I
I
love
definitely
that.
didn't have the words on that, but it's like the old saying with teach a man to fish.
Yeah.
But if you speak in a man's microphone, he'll listen to you for a lifetime. That is the premise of that joke. That needs some work. And there's one that we have to talk about because I said the word and it's horrifying word. So I'm gonna have to say it because I have a joke. And like I said, we have the way to make something like that in a way funny. Okay.
Okay.
Like I said, a very long joke, and this is from a very long time ago. And if I have a couple of references that are like about that time genre, then just let you know that might happen. Okay, so are you ready?
Yeah.
This is like 3 minutes long. Are you ready? Because
Yeah,
I got to
I'm
get to
ready.
the
No
word
problem.
we were talking about. I have to explain myself. Okay, like I said, it's a long time ago. So this one. It's just for you, Linda. I'll do it without even preparing or rehearsing, just for you. Just wing it, girl. Okay. So I decided I go, strippers. Aren't they really just sexy panhandlers? just trying to get $1 from you. All right. Strippers. Now that's a relative word. Oh, I forgot the word I used, but that's just roll with me on this. Anyway, that's a relative. We'll go with that. That's not the right word. But anyway, talking about strippers, that's and saying, I'm gonna start over with a different word. Strippers, aren't they really just sexy panhandlers trying to get $1 from you? All right, it's not for me to compare strippers and panhandlers. I'm not sure they have to work that hard for $1. And there it is. Sexy, that's really a relative word compared to the daytime strippers or the evening strippers, right? It's completely different game, right? The Las Vegas, because I went to one in Utah, and this is a true story. I went in there, and this stripper was like 6 months pregnant. And I'm like, is this like a 2-for-1 special that you got going on in here? What's going on? And he was in the media at the time. So I said, I'm pretty sure the only person to be into that is Jared from Subway sandwiches. And to be fair with Jared, though, I don't know if you remember this, but to be fair with Jared, he was actually just dating teenage, like underage kind of girls. It wasn't quite to the, pedophilia part. He was, earlier. And I noticed something, Linda. I don't know if you've seen observe the same thing. So it's not okay to date teenagers unless you're a singer from the 80s, right? Listen to some of the song lyrics, Linda. And as I'm saying some of these, I love that you're gonna know the artist I'm talking about. You might get a few things where you can relate in your mind, similar things or similar songs. Okay, so the first one is been a long time since I said this on it, but it's like Christine 16. And then there's a song by Rod Stewart, and I listened to the lyrics and songs, and he was like, tonight, he's like, it's called Tonight, and I think tonight or something. But he said, spread your wings, virgin child, and let me come inside. Rod,
Love it.
you are a pervert. There is no double meaning to what you just said, buddy. And
Wow.
people don't really notice that. Yeah. And then Joan Jett, she's like, I love rock and roll. I saw him stand next to the record machine. He can be more than 17. I want to take him home where we can be alone. Joan, I did the math, girl. You are like in your 30s and you're into 17-year-old boys. Maybe you should have been a high school teacher instead. Do you ever notice that they're always like hot? You know what I mean? Like,
Wow.
always these hot teachers. So, then this is the ending, okay? So, but going way, way back, brace yourself. And this is a horrible word. And we said it, so I have to say it again, just because. Yeah, you'll see what I mean. So, go ahead and brace yourself. Pedophilia, that's horrifying. It destroys life. There's everything sick and wrong about that, every size, shape, or form. And I don't understand why that even happens in the first place, Linda. The last time I checked, God created midgets. If you're some,
Oh God.
if you're some sick fucking young girls like that, I don't know, just she's a midget. She's not gonna say no. It's not like she has date sign out the door. Okay, that was below the belt. Put up so it's not like they have date sign out the door, right? Let's slap some pigtails on her. Have her ride one of those little big wheel thingies, right? You know. But in all honesty, Linda, I actually think midgets are sexy.
Please be honest.
Yes, between me and you. Yeah, honest. Or quite frankly speaking, there's gotta be jokes about you. So I actually think midgets are sexy. Just between you and me, okay? Right? I do. I like my men to have a lot of miles on them, some tattoos, some muscles, you know. A lot of ladies prefer their men to be eye level or taller. I just prefer my men to be waist level. Did you see the nub? Oh, no. I try to use duct tape. By the way, you tuck it in, you get a great Brazilian right after. Life hack, ladies. I got one more life hack for the ladies. You ready?
Yep.
Never. It's so horrible. I can't learn. Okay. See, I'm just like everything about people being easily offended. Like, this is the comedy I start out with, and I will stand my ground. So, all right. Just if everybody was just unoffendable, the life in this world would be such a better place, right? Because that's half of it. It's really been fun. Okay. Just preparing you for this joke. Ladies, if you lose your vibrator, just hit a man with Parkinson's disease.
Totally. Michael J. Fox. Hello.
Michael J. Fox. That's hot.
Now Neil
Yeah.
Diamond. Neil Diamond.
No way, I was listening to him yesterday. I love Neil Diamond.
Yeah, now I like him even more.
Yeah, I know, right? You like him even more? Me too. I'm getting turned on. It's like putting those old school things where you put like the coins in there. Just, the washing machine, they say.
Okay, we're getting down to the end, Elizabeth. I need to
down to the end, Elizabeth.
I need to have you wrap this up for me, and I need you to do two things.
That's what he said last night. I need you to wrap this up for me, and I need you to do two things. Whoa, deja vu, baby.
So
I love you.
First of all, I need you to tell people something, a little piece of knowledge, a takeaway from this whole time together. And lastly, where you want them to follow you to help your career.
Okay, to wrap it up, I guess what I'm doing right now is I have, you didn't get it out of anything we just talked about, but I just want to let you know, FYI, what I'm doing and my passion, like that show that I showed you was my first one, you know, Steve McNally, and wife, right? And all the productions they do in Las Vegas at Joe's Barbecue. And you can look it up and you can look him up, Steve McNally. Um, he's him and his wife have really, really inspired me so much putting on comedy shows because it took like a year and you keep doing these open mics. And I'm a female too, so you just could lose hope. Once again, when someone told me to get the fuck off the stage, I could have just, that's what I'm gonna leave it. Like I could have just walked out. I could have just perceived it that way without knowing that there's a misunderstanding. And so when you don't get any shows, you don't get anything like that, it's almost like looking at a reflection. You can't see yourself. You can't see if it's doing anything. You don't really know. You're kind of blind, just like the lights blind you. You know what I mean? And so they put me on my first show, and that's the one at Poster I sent you. And like I said, I fell in love technically the second time because I had an audience, and then someone get the fuck off the stage. So the second one I did, I super fell in love. When you can bring strangers together in unison and they belly laugh, especially to your inappropriate joke that you wrote, right, Linda? That is a special kind of magic, isn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
Right.
Absolutely.
And so what I'm doing right now is I am starting my very first open mic. I'll be running that. And what I hope to do, what I'm wanting to do is, I have a show after that I'll be producing. I feel like these guys, anybody that really has the passion to make people laugh, to get them out of their pain, their suffering for a moment, and to actually have like sheer joy, like spewing out of them, especially uncontrollably, is what I'm going for, basically. I don't know if there's a fetish, but mine's kind of laughter. And by the way, I love your laugh, Linda. So the what's up? Remember, you're a cougar and I'm a cheetah. Oh, my boyfriend's here. Now we know.
Where on social media do you want people to follow you, Elizabeth?
Oh, and real quick, let me just wrap this up, my sentence here. And yes, it's great because the open mics that I'm doing is someone who has that same passion and desire and really like that raw just drive to do this, like it's their mission on earth, you know what I mean, kind of thing. Those people from my open mic, I will pick someone and they can even be on the next one or the next one. What I'm hoping to happen, what I'm manifesting to happen, what I feel like it's definitely possible to happen, is that someone out of there is going to be like me on my very first show, after like not thinking if whatever I'm doing is going to be, you know what I mean? Yeah. Reflection. And then have somebody put me on my first show. Because that's how you really know. It changes. It's a game changer. It gives you, you know what I mean? So the motivation and the drive, and just keep going. You know what I mean? You're just, it's all about the laughter to me. I think some people can, I don't know, you can use it as therapy, which is great, to talk about stuff. And then like you and I like to integrate the story tells with the one-liners, and I'll just wrap it up 2 times. That's what he said last night.
Cracking yourself up.
I am cracking myself up. Do you know that crack dealers would make great comedians?
Really?
Because they're always cracking people up. That's not one to drop the mic on, but anyway, Linda, so yeah, I will have comedy shows. It's called Cooch and Hive. It's Tampa, Florida, and everything's on my wall and can be up. So anybody can DM me. Put a message in my box. Sometimes the box might be full.
You're so crazy.
Just stuff it in there. Oh my God, you just call me crazy? You sound just like my therapist. Whoa.
This has been a riot. On Facebook, you're Elizabeth Church. Are you on Instagram?
I am not at the current moment. I haven't dabbled in that. I just feel like my Facebook family and the people, and if they do friend request me, I like just kind of, I definitely try to weed out people, but you somehow slipped through the through it, Linda. How did you do that? Was I not checking that day?
Thank you so
I'm
much,
gonna stalk
Elizabeth.
you now. Thank you so much, Linda. I love you
Love
forever.
you right back. Let's
Keep
stay,
rocking. You look beautiful.
let's
And your
stay in
health.
touch.
You look great. Okay, you said in touch. You had me at in touch.
That's what my guy said last night. Okay, see you
That's what he
later.
said last night. Fantastic. Love you. Love you.
Bye.
You look gorgeous.
You too.